This is the iPhone 16 Plus, and I've been playing around with it for some time now, and honestly, this is the most underrated iPhone Apple sells right now. But before I get into what makes this phone so great, I want to get one of the biggest con in my opinion this phone has out of the way. And that is the fact that this phone runs iOS and not Android. So now that we have that out of the way, let's get into the video. Let's start with the design and display of this device. I like that Apple made some changes with the way the iPhone 16 and 16 Plus looks, and nothing screams I have the new iPhones like this design. With that said, this feels nothing short of premium. It feels like you're getting what you paid for because it's a glass back, an aluminum framing, and then a glass front. And moving to the front, we have a 6.7-inch display with a dynamic island. And as always, the display is sharp and bright even under direct sunlight. This display supports H010 and Dolby Vision, which translates into an immersive video viewing experience, which is really great, and I welcome it any day. Another thing about the display is the dynamic island, and even though it's been around since the iPhone 14 Pro series, I'm still blown away with how apps utilize it, and I'm actually always looking forward to see how apps actually make use of it. And my favorite use of the dynamic island has got to be anytime you're playing music, setting a timer, like using the map app, or heck, making a phone call. It's actually really cool, and I spend the entire time during the call looking at it. But hey, if you've watched the video to this part, please consider giving me a thumbs up on this video, or heck, consider subscribing to the channel if you haven't. With that said, let's go back to the video. As far as performance goes, there's nothing to really complain about here because apps work as they should and games play as they should. I don't have any problem, or I've not had any issues where I feel like the app or a game is lagging or slowing down, and I haven't had any issue with that. The only downside I have at the point of shooting this video is the fact that we don't have high refresh rates on this device. I mean, there are phones that cost a fraction of the price of this phone that have high refresh rates. At least give us 90 Hz and we'll be fine. But honestly, with how fast this phone is and how fluid everything you want to do on this phone is, after using it for a while, you'd even forget what people like me be talking about when we say high refresh rate. But still, we still need high refresh rate because the only thing better than fast is faster. Battery life on this device has been great, and honestly, I don't understand how Apple is able to get this amount of battery life out of the battery size that is in this phone, because I'm used to measuring how long or how many days I'm going to get out of a battery based on the size of the battery. So it's safe to assume that I came to this testing not expecting much battery life from a phone with 4674 mAh battery. But oh boy, was I wrong, because I was getting a full day out of this battery and I threw a lot at it. So I don't understand how. And I still always charge it once a day when I'm going to bed for the next day. But on days that I'm able to drain it far enough before I get home, I always use it up with my power bank, which has been great. I made a video about it. You can click on the card up above to watch it, or in the description. Moving on to the cameras, and one new thing the iPhone 16 series of phones came with was a camera button. And for some reason, it got a lot of hate online because a lot of people didn't like it. There are people saying that you'd trigger the button by accident, and it's counterintuitive to use, and it's not nice, and so and forth. But honestly, for someone who has been activating camera on my Android phone by double pressing the power button, I actually like the camera button on the iPhone 16 series because it's an easy way to get into your camera, and that also means that you can reprogram your lock screen widgets to do something else instead of opening a camera. I don't know if you get what I mean. And personally, after using it for over a week now, I don't really see anything wrong with it. And also, I haven't really accidentally activated it throughout my time with it. But if you're someone who still finds that an issue, you can get a phone case for this that puts a dent at where the camera place is, the camera button is, so you won't have to accidentally trigger it. Moving away from that, for me, it's a fast way to control my camera. Like if I want to zoom in or zoom out, I want to change the camera from the back camera to the front camera or vice versa. It's a fast way to do that. It's a fast way to get into the camera no matter what app I'm in. Maybe I'm sitting in the car and I see something in passing, I can just take out my phone and then press it and then the camera comes out, which is really convenient. I like it. So I would say before you hate on this feature, actually take some time to get to know it, and you'd also love it because it can do so much more. So by now you'd be wondering, should you buy this? Well, my answer is a yes and a no. Let me explain. I'm not confused. If you're coming from anything like the iPhone 13 series or older, then it makes perfect sense to get the iPhone 16. But anything above the iPhone 13, like 14, 15, then you should just wait it out because the difference isn't that significant in terms of performance, camera, and then battery life. But then again, the iPhone 17 series should be coming out in a few months. So if you're someone who can wait, I would advise you to wait a while for the iPhone 17s to come out. Then you know what the iPhone 17s have to offer, and you decide whether to get the iPhone 17 or just get a 16. And then around that time, the prices of the 16 would also go down, so you can still wait and buy the 16 then. Yeah, but in case you do decide to buy it, I'm gonna leave a link to be able to purchase it in the description. And if you use my link to purchase it, it goes a long way to support me too, so pretty please. But yeah, if you watched to this point of the video, thanks very much. I really appreciate you watching to this part, and don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe. See you guys in the next one.